In this walkthrough, we'll learn how to set up your tournament's leaderboards from their default configuration. We'll assume here that you didn't disable the live results page when you created your tournament, and if you didn't, you'll see the live results icon on your tournament setup screen under Pages. So let's go ahead and click that now. First thing you'll see is the editor for the live results page, and on it, various components that make up the page. This is the page your visitors will check for live results during the tournament, and the components are the little individual pieces that make it up. You'll see on the left a series of leaderboard components, which is what we'll be working on directly. The default setup of this page comes with 4 leaderboards, the top 2 being team-based, showing winning teams in order of rank, and the bottom 2 angler-based, showing just winning anglers. So let's begin by creating our first leaderboard, which will be for our largest bass catches by boat. We can use one of the existing team-based leaderboards to do that by clicking the edit icon, the little pencil, for that component. That'll bring up the editor for this leaderboard. So let's change the title of it to largest bass. Since this is a weight-based leaderboard, we'll change the sorting from points to weight. You could use total weight to add up all the weight caught by this team, but we don't want that. We'll instead choose single big fish weight top 1 to sort by largest catch, showing teams a maximum of only once per leaderboard. You could also choose top 2 to show a team up to 2 times, for instance if they caught both the first and the second highest weighing fish, but we don't need that for our purposes. For species, we'll select bass so that only bass are counted in the scoring, and we'll make this available only to the lake division. We'll leave all the other settings the way they are below. On the display tab, we just want to show the top 3 winning teams, so we'll change that team count from all teams to top 3. We also want to show the captain's name next to each team, so we'll add that in the info to display option. And finally, way down at the bottom of this tab, we'll enable the day column to show what day this winning fish was caught. Since our tournament is a 2-day tournament, we can have it just say Saturday or Sunday in that column. And with that, we'll save changes for this leaderboard. Now that we have our largest bass leaderboard, we can create another similar leaderboard very quickly by duplicating that one. I'll click the duplicate button, which looks like 2 little papers, on the largest bass leaderboard to do that. And I'll choose this page to duplicate it to. Clicking duplicate will do just that, and now we have 2. We'll need to edit the second one, changing the title to largest speckled trout, and then just change the species filter to speckled trout instead. We'll remove the division filter so that this leaderboard brings in both lake and offshore division teams, and then we'll click Save Changes to finish up. Finally, we'll remove the other leaderboards we don't need by clicking the little red X next to each one. And we'll leave the latest hookups table at the bottom so that visitors can see catches coming in real time. I'll make a quick edit on that one to remove the points and tagged columns under the Table Columns tab, since we don't use points or tagging in our tournament. And I'll hit Save Changes to finish. Before we go, I want to make these 2 leaderboards available on the TV output page so we can see the same info on the dock live during our weigh-in. I can save some time by just duplicating them from this page over to that one. I'll click the duplicate icon next to each, choose the live results for TV output page, which is somewhere on our list of pages. I'll select it, and I'll click duplicate. And I'll do that for the largest speckled trout as well. At this point, you'll likely want to test out your leaderboards with actual data. So to do that, jump over to your tournament by clicking the tournament section. Then click into it to jump to the tournament setup page. You'll need to have at least 1 team and angler registered to your tournament to add scoring. We've got several, so we're good to go. I'll click Event Log, and you can see the event log is empty. No catches listed, which makes sense as our tournament hasn't yet begun. To make things fast, I'll use the Add Random Catches feature by clicking the purple button on the left. This is only available pre-tournament, so if you don't see it, it's because your tournament has either started or has already completed. I'll adjust some settings before adding these random catches. I'll limit it to bass and trout only, and I'll limit the weight from 5 to 15 pounds, and I'll set the length to 0 to disable it. I'll also set the amount of catches to add 20 and then start it up. You'll now see the catches immediately start filling up the event log, randomly setting the catch weights between 5 and 15 pounds like I set. As you can see, this is a great time-saving tool to test out our leaderboards. Just don't forget to delete these catches after your testing so they don't make it into your real results. And you can do that really quickly by clicking the red Clear Event Log button. Don't worry, this button also disappears when your tournament goes live. And once we're finished, we'll jump back to the setup page, then to the live results, and now we can see our leaderboards in all of their glory. With that, you can double check each against the event log to make sure they're set up correctly. Finally, you can access what the public will see by clicking the View on Website button. Note that the public won't see your testing data. These leaderboards don't go live publicly until 12:01 a.m. on the first day of your tournament.